Boys and girls, our visual art lesson today is about lines. A line is one of the elements of art. We're also going to discuss abstract and realistic and how your work with a line can create abstract and realistic art pieces. Boys and girls, we are going to create an art piece made of lines. Lines is one of the elements of visual art. So for this project, I would like you to have a pencil with an eraser on it and a couple of pieces of paper, if you'd like, a ruler. And then later, if we have time and want to add color, you could use crayons, you could use markers, could use colored pencils. This is all something extra that you could add to your art piece. So when you think about lines, think of all the different kinds of lines. I have a list for myself, and I'm going to start to make those lines. So lines can be thick, and lines can be thin. And lines can be horizontal, which means they go across, like the horizon, this way. Or they can be vertical, up and down. Lines can be zigzag. Lines can be diagonal, which is a math word. Some of the younger students might not know that word. Older students would know it, diagonal. Lines can be perpendicular, so I am going to create a line that's perpendicular to this line right here. Lines can be parallel, so I'm going to create a line that runs along the same path as the line above it, parallel. Lines can be curly. Lines can be curved. Lines can be straight, and we have examples of those. Lines can be broken. Now, when we look at my art piece, you can use your imagination and you could say, all right, maybe it looks like this or it looks like that, but I had no intention of making it look like anything. And the type of art that is like that is called abstract. And we'll have a few examples on the video of abstract art. I can look at it and make it seem like it means something or looks like something, but that was not my intent. So it's abstract. Now, if I wanted to add interest by putting some color in it, I could do that. I'm not going to spend our time doing that right now. Just to give you an idea, I could put color in it to make it a little more interesting in different places. You could do this with crayons, of course. You could do this with markers if you wanted to. And you don't have to do it at all. It's just a little extra fun thing to give the art piece a little pizzazz. All right, now, we said this was abstract art. It doesn't particularly reflect anything in real life that we can identify. Now we're going to use that same concept of lines, that list that we have, and this time we're going to make it realistic, somewhat realistic, so that it means it looks like something. And I think the easiest thing to do is to create some kind of unusual face. Not necessarily my face, but a face, something that's recognizable as a face. So I'm going to start with a couple of lines for this part of the face. And then I'm going to have a curved line for the jaw. And then a zigzag line for the hair. Straight lines that are kind of thick for the eyebrows. And then curved lines for the eyes. And another thick vertical line for the nose. And a curved line for the mouth. Now granted, this doesn't look like anyone we know, but we do recognize it as a face. And if you wanted to add curved lines for the ears, you could do that. If you wanted to add a line for the neck, you could do that. Some lines for the shoulders. Some broken lines for the top part of the body. So now we see something that we identify as a face, which makes it realistic art. And all we used were the one element, the element of lines in art. Now again, for fun, if we wanted to add another element, color, we could do that to make it fun. And you could extend the coloring all the way through the art piece if you'd like to. Again, you could use markers, you could use crayons, and you don't have to color it at all, or you could shade it in with pencil. So the important words here in our lesson today, line. Lines are an important element of visual art. The other two words that are important to remember are abstract, art that does not particularly look like anything in real life, and realistic art, art where we can identify this is a face, this is a bike, this is a street. So boys and girls, please take photos of your art, create an art piece that is only lines, that's abstract, and then create an art piece that is realistic, that looks like something. Take photos of those art pieces and send them to me at deneen.leblanc@jefferson.ky schools. I hope you have a good week, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.